Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to Caelus City. Yeah, these guys are still here. We've got Chammy, we've got Tej. Nora wasn't feeling all that up today, so we are gonna go ahead. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing swell.
Why are you here?
Because I like you guys?
That's not a good enough reason.
Nuts.
Well, because this only requires a headshot and I'm not wearing pants.
Okay, that's a fair point.
That's a better reason.
Yeah, that's a better reason. Anyway, so hi everybody. Last time on Caelus City, we had I don't even know what to call it, but we had one of those moments where we delved into pattern recognition software and discovered that all of these website articles that Owen had pulled up on Cal's computer actually had a hidden message or so inside of them. Because it was one technomancer reaching out to another one. As it turns out, it's also the family, oh gosh, I just had it up here, hold on a second. Zenik family, who, Cal's brother Daniel went to preschool with a little Gregory Zenik. Father, I believe it's Zachariah, right? Yeah. Zachariah Zenik is a technomancer and reached out to another technomancer in hopes that somebody would hear his "I need help" call. He found Owen and led them directly to his house, where he sat down and revealed a whole resistance of lizards who are fighting against, or want to be fighting against, or at least oppose the lizard tribe and their so far attempts to start attacks on Caelus City and declare war and all of that good stuff. After, of course, all of that came out, we couldn't just not have any drama at all. We've, as people had broken in to the house while you guys were all in the sub-basement area thing, and had kidnapped Gregory. You all jumped into Cal's awesome car and drove off in chase as Zachariah revealed that while he was hoping this would never happen, he had actually expected it to happen, so he had implanted a tracker on his son, and he's got, like, GPS on his phone as where his son is being taken. So, with that in mind, welcome to issue 10 of Caelus City, Finding Gregory, because I am completely original and have no idea why you think that title came from anywhere else. On the cover is basically Cal's car, driving, down just a busy city street, going. It's got those lines where you can tell it's going faster than what's supposed to be on the road, but
Are we actually on the road, or are we in the sky?
I don't know.
Flying car.
Actually, that's a good point. Where would the car be? Driving on the road? Or
It doesn't matter where we are for the cover art.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's very true. So anyway, we open
roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Well, we opened the page and you're all still in the car chasing a signal down.
So, real quick, if we follow where that signal is, we hook it to the GPS, and we cur here. All right, hold on, everybody. And Cal just cuts a hard right turn to try and cut off the signal.
Okay. Could you warn me next time before you do that, sir?
I did. I gave you about a second of warning.
It's better than usual.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough, I guess.
So where's that signal going? Any idea?
Oh. Well, not yet. It's still moving, so theoretically speaking, we might be able to get him while he's still in the whatever they took him in.
And theoretically speaking, they're taking him not because of him, but to try and lure us out, so interrupting them is probably a better idea.
That makes sense.
Well, at least luring me out. I don't know if they even realize you two are here.
I feel like they already are onto us in a couple ways. I wouldn't be surprised.
Potentially. What I'm saying, though, is that you being here might just be a coincidence. Like, they wouldn't have expected you to come to see me.
Probably not.
That's all I mean.
Right. Geez, timing, huh?
Right? Although, to be fair, to put that message out there, I did have to expose my location more than I would have liked to, apparently. So, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised they found me. Guess I was hoping it wouldn't be this quick.
Do you think that went both ways, them finding the location?
Hmm?
Like when you sent the message to our lab.
Oh, I doubt it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay,
whoa,
to your
whoa.
lab, to your lab, your lab.
Thank you.
Right.
Besides, I sent it to another technomancer. I didn't actually send it to any specific place. How is he, anyway? I'm kind of wondering why he's not here.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
The short version is I might have told him he wasn't allowed to use his powers for the next couple of days.
He looks at you like, why?
Because it's killing him.
Huh?
It's
It's
complicated and frustrating.
Yeah, apparently the evil members of your group kidnapped him, injected him with some sort of cosmic energy radiation / magic / stone / I don't really know. It's not in my area of expertise. And it is slowly killing him.
So, as you say that, Zachariah gets on his face a very quick, very slight look of recognition as you talk about that, and immediately kind of looks out the window.
Care to share with the class?
It can't be. No, there's nothing. It can't possibly be. They would never.
I mean, 9 times out of 10 when you say it can't be, that means it can be. What is it?
When I was still with the tribe, I had attempted to figure out a way to help members of the tribe gain magic powers. Mostly kind of centered around the technomancy stuff I have, because I found that to be very helpful, so did everybody else, so we started thinking, well, if there were more of us, it would be very helpful for the tribe in general. It wasn't supposed to be used as a weapon or anything like that. But I was not able to take my research with me when I left unceremoniously. I can't imagine they would have actually tried it.
Wait, so you think they kidnapped my friend to try to, like, take out his technomancy or whatever to give it to the rest of the tribe?
Well, that doesn't make any sense, though. I don't know why they would, like, inject something into your friend. That's the thing that's not making it... That's the thing that's not clicking for me. That's why I don't think that's what this is, but... I mean, no, I just... Maybe they wanted to... Oh, gosh. What's his... Is he doing anything different now?
Oh, he's being a lot more honest. But aside from that, he's also got some weird, like... What was it? Claw chains power? Or something weird that he's been putting out?
Okay, so not technomancy, got it. Well, he is a technomancer, too. That's weird.
Yeah.
Gosh, I wonder how the heck I ended up getting him. Wow, this is going to sound really awful, but I have a feeling that they may have just used him as a test subject.
That was the same hypothesis I came to. Also, hold on, pulls in a hard laugh.
See? A little better.
Yeah, sure.
That was about 1.67 seconds of reaction time.
Yeah, thanks. Rubs his scaled forehead. So,
but from the looks of this, we should be catching up to them here. Well, we can do this the easy way and stay on the roads, or the fun way and, well, and Cal just smiles.
Yeah. Sync puts on his seatbelt. I know where this is going.
Zachariah looks over and she's like, I'm sorry, what?
Just hold on.
The fun way.
Looks at his seatbelt. Is there another seatbelt to this thing, or?
Nope.
Okay.
There should be seatbelts in the back.
Other seatbelt, he said. Like
No,
additional
more, as in multiples.
Oh. You assume I don't come prepared.
ones. You're always prepared.
I am, but in this case, we know this happens. He just looks at Zachariah. You probably watched the Jetsons, right?
A couple times.
Excellent. He hits a button, the dome pops over. Whoop!
Do 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 do.
Does that
Okay.
make your daughter Judy?
Yes.
Also, not to do a quick aside here, but I was watching a video back in the day, and someone did an intro for that, and I think it was like a 4-person thing, and one of the people's names was Tim, and the end of the gym intro was Tim, his wife. And now I'm just laughing my butt off.
I've seen that.
You have?
Okay. So, anyway.
Sorry for that tangent, y'all.
They're fine. So Zachariah looks up, it's like, okay, there's a dome. Why?
So we can see everything, obviously.
Yes, of
And
course.
so you don't fall out.
Fall out of a car. Oh, God! So, to me, you guys take off into the air.
Yes.
Like,
Just...
yeah.
Oh, did I mention think of a happy thought? Any happy little thought?
Okay, now you're just going too far, Cal.
Why am I going too far?
We already did the Jetsons. We don't need to do Peter Pan 2.
It's not like we're going straight on till morning. Well, we might the way they're driving.
Just find the signal.
I'm following the binking
follow faster.
light. Why do you think I jumped? So I can follow faster.
Right.
Oh, we should probably go cloaking mode again, right?
Right. Probably say that
Cloaking
on
mode?
Yeah. How else do you think we infiltrated the Citadel?
I'm sorry, what?
I gotta focus on driving. Sync, this one's all you.
Yeah. I thought we already told you about, like...
Yeah.
The marshmallow monster.
Yeah, but you didn't
Robot
tell me
King.
you didn't tell me you drove there in a flying car that you cloaked.
I mean, we wouldn't have walked.
Exactly, it's in the forest.
There's a big wall.
Okay. Yeah.
And there were no roads, so how were we supposed to get there?
I mean, there's a dirt road that goes there.
Oh,
And, this, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but my car is a little gaudy.
Yes,
It's a little.
I did know. I'm actually kind of surprised it doesn't have some self-washing, cleaning thing that you could just click.
I do, it's called Apollo.
Right. I don't want to know how he does that.
Not willingly.
Yeah.
Well, there is a water gun feature on his flying Roomba.
Right.
Oh. His flying what?
Roomba. Remember the machine gun M&M thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little mini vacuum cleaner?
It's a Roomba?
Yeah. It was the perfect size for him.
Okay.
Do I need to pull up the jousting video?
The what?
The jousting video.
What jousting video?
You mean the fencing one? Oh, no, that was something else. Oh, no, the jousting video. On a Roomba?
Cal just brings up a GIF that is Apollo in a full-on like medieval jouster's outfit, looking ridiculously unpleased, like full-on grumpy cat unpleased, and just riding around on the Roomba and just not caring in the world. Get this little tiny. This is obviously before Cal realized that Apollo was what Apollo is.
I'm talking,
He just thinks it's a regular cat, so he's getting all dressed up. Got this little, not even a sword, it's like basically like a needle or something. He's got it, and he's just driving him around like.
And you wonder sometimes why he's so eager to like pull stuff over on you, Cal.
I don't think he wonders.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. So, as you guys are following the blinking light, you actually find that it does stop at one point.
So we don't beat him there. Okay.
Well, I don't know, because this can't possibly be... They stopped at a parking lot.
Maybe it's a drop-off point.
Well, then let's go undrop it off.
It's like a gas station of some kind, convenience store thing.
No, it's plenty of ammunition for us.
I think is this the one we started all this up?
Editor's note. No, it is not.
Thanks, editor.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Sake.
You know what? Okay, I know this.
What did I tell you about breaking the fourth wall? Only on Tuesdays.
Aww.
Oh, I know this place. It's called On to Morning.
Well, we made it, Cal.
Yep. Oh, look! 2 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
We're parked under the right one.
Yes.
Even the second star from the left, who knew?
Right. So, as you fly over...
And look, we're going after a lost boy.
Exactly. See? See?
I bet y'all were expecting J.M. Barry tonight.
So, you guys fly over the parking lot. You definitely see a large van. One of those unmarked vans, with no windows on it. The basic child kidnapping van.
Sorry, it just sounds like a package.
Basically, yeah, right?
Yeah, you buy them in bulk.
Yeah. Even Zacharias sees as really?
It even says free candy on the side.
It just stands out, whatever. But
why is the T backwards?
But yeah. So you see the vehicle, Zachariah looks at his phone and is like, well, that's where the blinking's coming from. But you don't necessarily see any movement in the car.
Well, let's do this the easy way. That looks like a sturdy enough building. Lands the car gently on the roof.
Oh.
The roof holds. It was very sturdy. It's one of these high-end convenience stores.
I believe this is where you're up.
I can't get in there.
No, but you can get us down.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that part.
Look at Zachariah. I'd stay in the car.
But you're not staying in the car.
Right. But if 2 kids show up, it's not going to be as suspicious. You show up, they're probably expecting you.
Fair.
We gotta play this cool.
If we need you, I'm wired into the radio system. Or wirelessly hooked up. Anyway, you'll know.
I'm sure I can pick up a radio signal.
Alright, Kyle, we gotta play this cool, or are we gonna go in blazing?
He hits a button. The center console pops up. Gets a new looking gauntlet than the ones you've seen. Puts that on.
Zachariah looks at you like, gauntlets? Really?
I don't have any superpowers.
Well, yeah, but gauntlets? What do you do with those?
This one specifically, this is a portable kiln. It's made to melt metal.
Oh. That's handy.
Would you like to know what it feels like getting blasted in the face with molten aluminum?
No.
Jeez, you've upgraded, Cal.
Oh, I've had this for a while.
This is actually the first model.
Yeah. And then he pulls out a belt full of pouches and buckles that on. Puts the rest of his costume on.
Okay, and sync goes full black, so we're going in.
He watches you guys do is like, wow, you guys are actually serious. That's interesting.
Yeah, mask goes on. By the way, this is the first time in the entire span of comics that Cal has actually put his mask on.
He's like, just don't do anything too rash, please. It's my son.
Don't worry, it's all we do.
I can't promise that the lizards who kidnapped him won't get a reaction to what I'm doing, so they might rash.
Oh, I didn't mean don't do anything rash. I didn't mean do whatever you want to them.
Alright.
Let's go, Sync.
Yep.
Just save me some before you finish with them, please.
Also, Cal, call it.
Amalgam.
Heads or tails? Amalgam.
Amalgam. Always tails.
Okay. Sync opens a portal beneath us. And we pop up, just slightly enough, beneath the van. Because you have that looks like... Captain Amalgam. Think you can cut through that?
Considering the temperature at which aluminum will melts at, and considering that's a rusted van bottom, yep.
Let's do this.
So Cal is going to sit there, hit a couple of buttons, and you will see basically what is liquid metal, like flowing through a tube, and he just, you might want to. He hits a button and a face shield pops up.
Actually, wait a second. No.
I was gonna say you can open a portal and just dump the stuff someplace else.
I actually was planning on doing that. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to dump that stuff into a portal that kind of starts looping beneath the van.
Okay.
As it keeps dumping into itself over and over.
Okay. So it's like the when you play in Portal, you put the portal above and below, and you just keep dropping infinitely.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Cal is cutting a hole in the van.
Okay. Yeah. So you do this because it's, as you said, rusted bottom, whatnot, and boom, hole under the van.
Fix his head up.
You don't see anybody in there.
This is not what I expected. Oh no, it's a trap.
Hold on. Ducks his head back down. This one. Opens up one of the pouches. Takes out a little orb. This is not like the green ones you saw, the marbles you saw. This is actually a metal orb.
Ooh.
Okay.
Rotating 360-degree infrared and thermal camera.
Nice.
We'll see how good their cloaks are, or if this is just a thing. Oh, yeah. So, puts it up. Should I roll always prepared?
Yes. Yes, you should. Boom. All right.
Okay.
So what is this supposed to pick up again? Just remind me.
So this is a rotating 360-degree camera with thermal imaging, infrared imaging. Basically, if we're using Mutants and Masterminds term, it's a counters concealment camera.
Okay.
So if anything's cloaked in there, we're going to know about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or at least like a temperature or electricity pulse or whatever.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Well, as you look around the van there, you don't see an outline or anything like that of anybody, but there is a heat signature coming from the back corner of the van. It's small, very small, and it's dissipating quickly.
Cal's going to pop up there. Like, there's nothing here. There's a heat signature. I'm going to go see what it is real quick. It's just
Cal, it might be a...
So you get up there, and what you find is what looks like a small, not too small, but a small chip that actually has blood on it. Not like a lot, but a little bit.
Singh pops his head up. So is it a bomb?
No. It's a red herring.
Wait, did they literally rip it out of him?
Judging by the blood, yes. I don't know how deep this was in, but in theory he should be okay.
Sink pops his head up and he looks actually around to see if he can see the driver's side from inside there. Or if it's all just blocked off.
Oh, yeah, it was blocked off.
Okay, so he pops out of the pops back down and he kind of crawls out and looks up to the truck to see if he can see if there's anybody in the driver's seat.
There's not.
He goes back out. It's a dummy. There's nothing in there.
So they had people in the back. There was a drop-off point that we missed, and this was remote-controlled drive, more than likely. He figures into the radio. You're not going to like this. I'm sending Sink up to get you.
Alrighty. Sink portals back to the car. And without kind of saying much more, he portals Zachariah with him.
Yeah, he doesn't even say anything. He has this look on his face like, oh god, no.
So, we're back in the van.
Right. He looks around.
Cal holds up the plastic bag with the chip in it.
He sighs and now he looks panicked, like, oh my gosh, they found it.
How'd they even know to look for it?
Oh, they know me. Oh, okay. Yeah, does that... Oh my god, they actually just tore it out of him, didn't they?
Looks like it.
What do we do now?
Well, he had to have been in here. I mean, the blood... God, blood looks fresh enough. It looks like... I can't tell. Is it warm?
Yes, the blood is warm, and based on the size of the wound, I'm not sure how deep you had it in there, but this should be superficial.
Not too... Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. It was in his tail tip anyway, so it's not like it... It's not like that would have caused him a ton of pain, but... Based on that, that means they had to be in here, and they probably came here and dropped them off. This is a convenience store, gas station, so there has to be cameras everywhere around this parking lot.
Doesn't mean they're active.
We arrived here pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
I think we would have seen somebody driving away.
I mean, it's a convenience store. There's a lot of cars here.
Oh, I didn't know there was any other cars here.
Oh, yeah. It's a convenience store.
Oh, I actually assumed this was abandoned or something. We didn't see
No. It's there. I mean, where this van is, there's not much around it, but there's, people going in and out of the...
I mean, so we can take a look at the surveillance footage. I don't know if it's going to get us much based on, just taking a quick look at how I would position cameras. I mean, I would make sure there wasn't a blind spot, but taking a quick look around, if I were a betting man, this is a blind spot.
No, they know what they're doing, and they knew enough to cut out that. They probably know where to look for a blind spot.
Potentially.
And then you just get a smile on Cal's face for a second. He just has this weird smile on his face.
What?
You're thinking of something.
I am. Remember when we first got to your house?
Yes. I think.
And you had Gregory go and get the pictures?
Yes.
You only saw two of us at the time, didn't you?
Yes.
My cat's a genius.
Oh, yes. He put a switch in for my electricity.
Yeah.
Not the only thing he did.
Oh?
I didn't realize it at the time. I'm just remembering this now. But, Think, did you notice when we left, Apollo wasn't wearing his collar?
Yeah. I thought that had to do because of the camera that's on it.
Exactly. Let's see where that feed for that camera is. I'm hoping Apollo attached to the kid.
Why would Apollo have done that?
I don't know why Apollo does half the things he does.
Not to blow a hole in that, but I thought we already looked at the camera back when we found out who took the kid in the first place.
Yeah.
No. That was the camera on the ball that was set down. The actual collar itself.
Right.
And like any good pet owner, there's a tracking chip in the collar.
Right.
So, assuming Apollo did what I think Apollo did, and attached the collar to the kid, we may have another way of tracking him. I'd like to proc my second always prepared.
Go ahead.
I love the look on your face right now.
I mean,
not you, Chammy.
oh,
Oh yeah.
I was thinking like, I had a solution to this, but that's
We like to make our own solutions.
But mine's more fun.
I'm not saying it isn't. Depending on how you roll this.
Alrighty.
I'm going to be marking 2 conditions for this. One to make it work, and one because I'm out of gadgets.
Oh, jeez. Okay, then.
I am insecure, and I'm feeling a little angry.
I'll bet.
I'd feel angry too.
So, Apollo must have, like, run into this kid, like, while he was out and about, whatnot, because, not only does the Gregory, have Apollo's collar, it wasn't even necessarily, it wasn't planted on him. He's got it where he's wearing it around, like, his, upper arm, under his shirt.
Wow.
He's a good kitty. He's getting all the tuna he wants when we get home.
He already does.
Shut up, Sam.
Alright. Oh, it's fine. I'll harass him less. But great, so we can track the kid using this, right?
Right. So you're not.
theory.
The camera isn't. Doesn't have any vision because again it's under his shirt, but the tracking chip completely there.
Which direction is it heading?
It is heading in a. I'm trying to even think of the city. Whatever. It's going away from the convenience store gas station you're at towards the north at the moment, but
Okay, so it's not directly towards the Citadel yet.
it's no it doesn't look like it's going that way right now, but could be trying to do some fancy driving.
Oh, we following this now?
Absolutely.
Back to the car.
They think they got the chip. Now we have the advantage.
I like it when we have an advantage.
We haven't been getting them a lot recently.
No.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm really glad that worked. Now, this is twice now in the span of, 6 months that these assholes have kidnapped someone, so I don't know about you, but I feel like punching a lizard. Pleasant company excluded.
Thank you.
I feel like helping you punch a lizard.
Good. Let's
Yeah.
try. Oh,
Let's
you
go.
want to do a
Yeah.
road trip again?
Let's do it again.
Yep. Back. Jump. The next panel is just everyone jumps back in the car.
Yeah. So the first thing we see is Cal takes off his gauntlet, puts it in the thing. Before he puts it in the thing, ruffles around, grabs another orb, restocks it, grabs another couple things, restocks
That's
it.
fine.
Yes, Cal has gadgets in his car to restock himself.
I legitimately figured that actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna ask. I was just gonna be like, okay, so he's got the 2 back in the car, right? Got it. That's
Yep,
fine.
puts the gauntlet back in. Sync, if you're watching, you will notice a little stack of envelopes that appear to be some just envelopes, baggies of what appear to be some sort of white powdery substance.
Mm-hmm. I hope that's not poison, Cal.
Oh, what, that? I mean, it's cornstarch.
Oh, right, the muffins. Right, my bad.
Muffins.
Yes.
Easy bake,
Yes, it took me many an Easy Bake Oven met their demise as I was trying to figure out a way to weaponize it, and he came up with the best way to do it. Just smack a bitch upside the head.
It makes a very effective hat.
You tried to weaponize an Easy Bake Oven?
Yes. I mean, I made a liquid metal squirt gun.
We kind of like to go for the unexpected thing.
I mean, later, when this is over, we should have a conversation, because I've had an idea for that in the past.
Which one?
Weaponizing the Easy Bake Oven. I just didn't think anyone would ever do it.
Oh, by the way, hold on, we're taking off.
Yes, no.
I didn't think anyone would ever be crazy enough to try it. I like you.
Look, if you can find a way to bake pastries with a 40-watt bulb, then why can't you find a way to hurt somebody using it too?
Right, exactly.
It's a wasted opportunity.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. I mean, the big thing I was trying to do was I was trying to make it so that it would be like a feed. You would put in raw cookie dough and it would shoot out the hardened cookie discs. Like that's what I was trying to do, like a little skeet shooter. It just wouldn't work.
Oh,
It's a waste.
Not enough convection time.
yeah, I guess I was just trying to make a bomb, but that makes sense.
That's thinking too small.
Oh, that's easy. Like
You need to
that's
make
easy.
things explode.
Yeah, take out the internal. Yeah, that's an easy thing to do. Like, it just involves a couple of circuits, an electrical switch, and your preferred method of shrapnel minus Kit Kats.
Well,
Yeah. Caelus' art.
yeah. Wait, minus Kit Kats?
See that big button that says K?
Yeah.
Please don't hit it right now because we're cloaked, but that launches a gun at the back that fires Kit Kats at people. Think about it.
It's the Kit Kat cannon.
I would ask why, but at this point, I don't think it matters.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Who else can say they have a Kit Kat cannon on their car?
That's a fair point.
And I got a big enough supply of Kit Kats to supply it, so.
Do you have a supplier or something, or?
Oh, no. It was just a very expensive grocery trip.
Yeah. I had to put them to use somehow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. You should see some of the tricks I have ready for liquid methane.
No, I think I'm.
Well, no, here. It's a very easy description. Liquid methane. It's like liquid nitrogen, except fire.
Right. There's some crazy kids, let me tell you.
I'm sorry, but when you have an IQ in the lower to mid 200s and you're bored because nothing is challenging you, you come up with new and exciting ways to keep yourself entertained.
Yeah, and Cal's pretty smart, too.
I can imagine that, yeah.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Him.
Remember, I'm the one who's making it so you pass high school.
Yes! Thanks, Cal.
He looks back at you as like, oh, you got a Technomancer friend and you're actually trying to pass through high school? I'm proud of you.
He didn't realize he had a Technomancer friend until about 2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really new development.
Oh. No. Don't use him to pass high school. Like, as far as just changing your grades.
No, he's using his chemist friend instead.
Exactly.
Good.
Besides, he'd never cheat anyway. He's too straight arrow.
Cal just looks.
A Technomancer is just straight in error?
I'm sorry.
What does he do all day?
I didn't think you were that naive.
What, me, naive?
Apparently you just found out that your friend is a Technomancer 2 days ago.
Right, I know he, keeps secrets, but he's still a giant nerd. He still talks about always helping the teachers.
Because he's a Technomancer. He can.
More specifically, my guess is he's just trying to get alone time on the computer as much as possible.
Right, but I've still known him long enough to know that he's still kind of a, like a vest-wearing kind of nerd kind of guy sometimes.
Does he wear a vest?
Not now.
What's he in, the chess club or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because, when you deal with computers and whatnot all the time, you want to have something that can make you think and not be technological.
It says you.
Sink.
What?
I'm going to say this with as much love as I possibly can here, but from a purely analytical standpoint, you are not the best when it comes to observing things around you. So if I were to make a suggestion for you here, sometimes take a step back and look at everything that's around you, because sometimes you just need to look for a minute and analyze things around you.
You can go ahead and roll that now if you'd like.
I would like you. Love the procological angle.
I knew immediately what you were trying to do, sir.
It took me until about the last third of it to realize.
Yeah, that's a move.
Yep, when you comfort or support someone by rationally pointing out their mistakes so they can do better next time. Roll superior.
Ooh.
8.
On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear condition or shift labels if they open up to you.
Ooh, the shifty labels just went up, went down, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Sync is going to open up in that sense, where he's like, okay, fine. Like, I know I don't know everything about Owen. Like, yeah, I've been learning a lot about him lately, too, and I do need to pay more attention to it. I mean, give me a little bit of a break. I grew up with him. I thought I knew him better.
Did I specify Owen when I said that?
No.
Okay, then.
I'm shifting Superior up and Freak down.
Okay, then. So, you guys are actually able to catch up with the moving dot pretty quickly because you're flying and they're not. What you see is an old station wagon because it blends in ish. That's where the signal's coming from.
Okay, so here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to stop them en route? Do we want to watch and wait and see where they're going? Looks at Zachariah. It's your son. It's your call.
Well, the fact that they took his tracker out doesn't bother me. As I said, because that wasn't in a spot that's going to cause them much harm to have that happen. The fact that they did it really makes me want to punch a lizard, as you said earlier. But thinking about this logically, it might be a good idea to see where they're going, so we can not only rescue my son, but maybe take down their, some important thing or something.
Yes, the problem becomes is if they're heading towards the Citadel, we will have to stop them before they get there, because there is no way just the three of us can take that down.
Oh, yeah. No, if they end up going that way, I would highly suggest stopping them immediately.
Gotcha.
But I don't think that's where they're going.
As this is happening, Cal reaches over and flicks a switch.
Okay.
Just in case we need it later.
Okay.
Always prepared.
Actually, that's not an always prepared thing.
Yeah.
I know, I actually think it's like a trappy thing, but...
No, that's a simple... If Sync wants to look at the switch Cal pushed, or flicked,
I mean,
he
of
can
course
look
he
at
does. He's got to look at the switch. Like, what'd it do?
Right.
It says refrigeration, and it's been switched to off.
Oh. That's what I think it is. That's mean. You can be a cold guy sometimes, Cal.
So, Zachariah also says, well, and the other thing is, right now they're on the public road, so trying to stop them would cause all sorts of problems. If they do,
which they could get away from.
Yeah, well, if they do start going to the Citadel, there's going to be a decent stretch of highway that no one ever really goes on. So,
yeah, we drove on it. Remember, we pulled over and had that heart-to-heart about you studying.
Right.
So, you guys follow this car for a while, and sure enough, it is making all sorts of random turns. It's clearly trying to, lose anybody who might be following them. Little do they know you are following them flying in a cloaked car above them. But
It's so obvious in hindsight.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's random on purpose.
Right, exactly. But at one point they do actually end up on that highway as they're driving out. And Zachary at one point does say it does look like they're actually going to the Citadel. That's interesting. I would actually have thought they wouldn't have gone there first, but...
Oh, we gotta stop it now, then.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, remember the button I told you not to push earlier?
Yes.
Push it.
And Grail shrugs and pushes the K.
So, coming up from the back of the cloaked car is the Kit Kat cannon. But when this whole thing started, Cal turned off the refrigeration.
Right.
He now has a Kit Kat oil slick. So he is going to coat the road in front of them with molten liquid chocolate.
And oil. Those
And
things are not fat.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't either. It was
think
actually
you
pretty
did.
cool.
Turn off the refrigeration, I'm like, I don't know what that means. Okay.
Foreshadowing!
Yeah.
Alright. So, I'm assuming that's another always prepared, or no?
That is up to you, sir. Because
Yeah.
this is something we've determined he's had before.
Yeah, so I would just say it's Alicia Powers.
Crap, I want to be always prepared!
Oh.
I mean, I'll if you want to use up one of your gadgets for it,
Ooh.
well,
Nope. Apparently the nozzle just got clogged.
Hold on. What do I got? No, it's only +2.
Yeah, it's a 2. There's nothing you can do.
that's not happening.
I can't trouble make my way out of this.
So, Zachariah hits a button. You explain what is supposed to be happening. Instead, unfortunately, the chocolate doesn't jump in front of them. No. In fact, you just pour it directly onto the car itself. So now their car is now covered in chocolate, and they have an idea that somebody is doing something above them.
How can we use this?
As they speed up with their wipers going like this crazy, trying to clear the windshield off.
All right, I've been meaning to do this. Time to do my way of stopping them.
By all means.
Jake's got prepared, and he's gonna concentrate really hard to open up 2 portals here. One where the car is driving into on the road, and one where they came from.
So you got a portal loop it.
I got a portal loop, but I'm forced to drive off the road to get out of it.
Gotcha. Okay, so roll to unleash your powers.
Yep. I just lowered my freak. That was stupid.
Oh, well, there it goes.
You were saying?
You were saying? All right, so the car enters portal and keeps driving, and it clearly is taking them a little bit to understand what actually just happened. So they are stuck in portal loop for the moment.
All right, Caelus, you're opening. Make up for it.
Let's go. We're going to fly down.
Okay. What are you going to do when you fly down?
You want to do this the easy way, Sync, or the hard way? Or the
Whichever
fun
way makes these guys get out of our hair quicker.
Alright, gonna fly down. As we're flying down, I'm gonna uncloak. And they don't know the gun isn't working.
Right.
I'm gonna point the gun on the car right at them. I suggest, and through a loudspeaker.
Right.
I'm going to suggest that you stop now, or the loop won't be the only thing you have to worry about. And he's just going to train the gun on the car. Technically, that's a provoke.
Yeah, it is true, actually, yeah. So go ahead and roll to provoke. That's a 9.
Ooh. I'm not sure if I can do anything to help that along.
If you can figure out
That's
something.
just a loudspeaker.
I do.
I mean, I have an idea, but I can't tell you how to do it because
Right,
you're the
of
one running the
course.
team.
I definitely do want to help along and make it even stronger there. Um,
I actually have ideas too, but
so yeah, Sig's actually going to use his illusion magic that he has to actually like deepen Cal's voice and make it like rumbly and gravelly, with even more intimidation and a little drip of like demonic danger to it.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Exactly.
Die.
all right, that'll work. That works. All right, so team spent. It's a 10. So
All right, they do it.
Yeah.
They rise to the bait and do what you want.
exactly. So they slam the brakes on and do that kind of like emergency brake thing where the car starts like not spinning out of control, but kind of like whatnot. And I believe that would push them out of the loop and whatnot. But now they're stopped.
Right, now they're kind of off road.
Cal immediately shoves his hand in the gauntlet, pulls it out, and just gets out of the car, pointing it directly at them.
Meanwhile, Sig kind of like hops up and like portals to sit on top of the car so he can see what they're doing.
Oh, immediately, the back door of the station wagon opens up. I can't believe I used the station wagon. And, yeah. And a red-scaled lizard steps out of the car, holding Gregory in a headlock with what looks like a gun or sorts pointed directly at him.
So Cal's got the liquid metal squirt gun pointed up again too.
Mm-hmm. And the lizard looks at you, and she says, "You don't know what you're dealing with.
All I know is you kidnapped somebody, and I'm getting them back. It's that simple. I don't need to know what I'm dealing with to know that that's the right thing to do."
This is any of your business, human.
No, it is my business, actually.
Is it? Do you have a card? No. She just kind of.
As a matter of fact, if you want to use that line, I have a response to it.
No, that was.
Okay.
So she just kind of looks at you and just kind of gives a frustrated look on her face, but she is still holding the boy steadfast as the driver door opens up and another red lizard steps out, and he looks a little more official, as in he's got more than just tribal uniform on. He's actually got what you would call a military uniform on. And he looks at you, he's like, "So I have a guess. Zachariah is with you, isn't he?"
Who is with me is of no concern. You kidnapped somebody, and I am here to take them back. It is that simple.
No, you're probably not going to get him back.
I'm not.
Unless you wanted to. Well, you might. Dead.
You fail to understand, actually, what's happening here. Because just because you think you're on this stretch of highway where there's nobody around, there's so much planning that went into stopping you here. You see, we've been following you since the gas station, and we could have stopped you any point between there. Why do you think we waited to here to do it?
The two lizards actually exchange a look, oh boy. She you hear the hammer of a gun click as she points it directly at this kid's head. Look, we're gonna leave with him. If you try to do anything, we will harm him. And the kid looks terrified, I might add. He also looks somewhat out of it. Like, he's terrified and somewhat dazed.
Yeah, probably sedated.
Right.
So Cal is going to
Actually,
disengage the cannon, put it down, and just, grab something out of his pocket.
as you said, that Sig's gonna do something really stupid. Oh, crud.
Okay. Do it.
Okay. He's actually gonna speak up because he's standing on top of the car, presumably behind him.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, "Well, what are you gonna do if we already got him?" And he's gonna snap his finger, and he's trying to create actually an illusion. He's been trying to work on this, where in her arms, instead of it being Gregory, it's actually like a mass of swarming chocolate spiders.
I love it.
Roll to unleash your powers, sir.
Actually, what I would like to do
Okay.
is,
Are you watching closely?
yes, when you mislead, distract, or trick somebody, roll superior. On a hit, they're fooled, at least for the moment. And on a 10 plus, I choose several thingies.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
So, okay.
Full hit. And
So,
you
yeah,
choose
they're
three
fooled
things.
for the moment.
Yeah.
Which, of course, the idea is to get her, like, freak out and, like,
Right.
but the thing, I get to choose 3. Which is, we get an opportunity, so definitely choosing that.
I can tell you what that's going to be.
Yeah. Confuse them for some time, and avoid further entanglement.
Void for... What is that?
That means, like, we get away, or, like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was gonna say, it was like I quick read that as engagement, and then read it again as like entanglement. Like entanglement, what's
Yeah, it just means, like, usually, like, you're out of the sticky situation you were in, or...
fair?
Yeah.
All right, so chocolate spider. Okay,
Basically, and they're swarming, like, around her arms.
right, yeah. So she flips out and drops the gun on the ground in the process. Does the male see the same thing, or is he just watching?
It was focused for her.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think this is, like, a one-on-one thing.
Right, so he sees her drop the gun and basically, like, let the child go, and he's...
And Sig... Yeah, go.
Hold on, because here's your opportunity. He steps forward to try to get the child. Well, she's flailing in her arms and backhands him right in the face. So he's like, ah! So
Cal is going to
out.
run over and just grab the child and sprint back to the car.
And then Sig's gonna, like, pop back to the car, like, whew, didn't know that would work. I mean, yeah.
Cal puts whatever he had in his pocket, in his hand, back in his pouch, and just buckles up, drives off, like, just speeds off down the highway. And once he gets, and just, like, he's immediately cloaking and going.
Right. So you guys are out of there. Bang, bang, boom. Done. As Gregory is both somewhat crying and somewhat just like, what the heck just happened? And somewhat out of, like, also drowsy. Also, you'll notice that his the tip of his tail has a like a bandage gauze around it.
That was nice of them.
I mean, to be fair, they wanted him. They didn't want him dead or infected.
I mean, yeah, they could have still, like, left it. They could have been really jerks about it. But no, it's like, it's all right, kids. All right, you're safe.
Well, his dad's in the car.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
he's like, one, Zachariah, who's watched all of this, is just looking at you both like, what just happened? And two, my son.
Yeah, Cal looks at him and goes, to answer the look on your face is, we just rescued your son and absolved you of all involvement because you stayed in the car.
I mean, yes, I he's like just speechless for myriad reasons, but yeah.
Means we probably can't follow up too much on him, but I don't think we would have gotten anywhere anyway.
He looks back at Gregory and he's looking at, like, He reaches over his son, just like, son, just go to sleep. You look tired. Just rest now. It's okay. You're safe. We've got you. He's like, okay, Dad. Just slumps over, just passes out.
So we got the kid. What do we do now?
He lowers the cannon. Right now, what we do is we go back to where we were, and we try and figure out how all of this maps together.
Well, we can't go back to their house. It's the first place they'll look.
We go back there to ensure everyone is safe.
Right. We still have Mrs. Zenek to worry about.
Well, she is actually at... Well, she was at work, and the moment this happened, as we got in the car, I contacted her. She is safe at the moment and not going home, so...
Good. I'm going to assume your safe room is not accessible, unless you're the one who accesses it, or would they be able to get to that?
No, there's no way. When we left, when it closes up, and I'm not there, it's not even obvious that the thing exists.
Okay, good. Looks at Cal, looks at Zink. I'm glad I have extra guest rooms I haven't opened up in a while.
The lab's growing.
It is. I just hope we don't have to enact the Figaro protocols again.
Figaro protocols?
Yeah. It's a long story, and the short version of it is there might be a large path underground that is in the shape of a shed-like laboratory.
I never thought about how big that tunnel has to be for that to work.
Yeah.
Huh.
Considering how much this lab keeps expanding.
Oh, it doesn't expand. It doesn't expand wide. It expands lengthwise.
Well, what I'm talking though is like the more we keep adding to this lab, like in fiction stories, like this is a big hole.
He needs a permit for that.
As far as everyone else is concerned, it's just the shed. Because it's funny is the outline of the shed stays there even when the lab goes underground.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just have multiple sheds around the city, different places.
Yeah. The lab is really just 3 sheds and a trench coat.
There you
Wow.
Picturing a little fedora on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm going to Twitter to out of context gaming quotes that. I'll be right back.
So Zachariah is just like, he just kind of slumps in his seat a little bit. He looks kind of exhausted himself, even though he hasn't doing much. But he's just like, wow, I can't believe that we got that much faster than I was thinking was going to happen.
It makes 2 of us, but I'm glad it's over quickly.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Did you recognize them, by the way? That one guy looks pretty official.
Oh, he's... Based on his uniform, he's probably just a lieutenant in the military system. Pretty much a lackey that they send out... Like, an important lackey they sent out to do an important job. I guess I should feel somewhat honored that they sent that out and not just some random soldier.
What about the girl lizard? Was she just a random one too, or...?
Probably his mate and partner. I'd like to keep them together if they can fight well enough.
Huh. It's kind of cool.
Well, when you can trust your partner completely, in battle.
But not to hold on to a kid, huh?
What? What'd you say, Miss? I'm sorry.
This was not to hold on to a kid, huh?
Well,
Because,
yeah, what happened with that exactly? Because that didn't make any sense. She just started flipping out.
Cal will look back and goes, I trusted my partner in battle.
There you go.
No, I get that part. What I'm asking is what actually happened, because I don't know how that worked.
She just was suddenly no longer holding Gregory. She was instead holding a swarming mass of chocolate-covered spires.
Chocolate cup. Is there something?
I was down your Kit Kat juice. I just was in my brain. I couldn't stop it.
Is there something with you guys in candy? Is that a thing?
It's not
We're
on purpose,
teenagers.
but yeah.
Fair.
I mean, I haven't broken out what I can do with peppermint patties yet.
Oh, jeez.
At least that would be minty fresh.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes.
Minty. Fresh.
And next you're going to tell me you have like a Mentos cannon.
Nah, Mentos are boring.
Mm.
Now
Why
they have
would-
the Coke to it.
No. Not even Coke. I was hoping to save this for later, but there was a much better way to get a much faster reaction out of soda than using Mentos.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Cal, open up the secondary glove box. Sink, excuse me.
Yeah.
In it, you see another gauntlet, but this one has a spot where it looks like you can load in a 2-liter bottle.
Cal, I love you.
That is a portable ultrasonic cleaner, and if you turn it on, the ultrasonic vibrations will cause a heck of an eruption.
That they will.
It's like shaking a soda at like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Yes, made especially dangerous when you add some small lead pellets to it.
That would be
It's
dangerous.
a soda shotgun.
It's a what?
Soda shot.
Soda shotgun.
Oh my, what? Oh. Huh.
Zachariah looks over at Cal and says, "So just how bored are you during the day?"
He doesn't even go to school. Can you believe it?
I graduated 4 years ago
Which is why you have time to do all this.
from college with 2 degrees.
Right.
And
Do you
I
have a
to-
job, or do you just invent random stuff all day?
Oh, I have several patents, which is how I make my money.
Fair. Makes sense, actually.
Mm-hmm. And my cat's a YouTube star, or a Twitch star.
Yes, that's... I'm actually surprised he shares the money with you.
Considering he's an illegal alien, he counts in my name.
Huh.
Oh, really? Illegal alien. Where's he from?
That's just it. I don't know. Alien being the key word there.
Like literal alien.
Yeah.
His eyes went like, oh, you don't mean like from another country. You mean...
No, we mean from parts unknown.
Oh.
Really unknown.
Yes. And besides, I don't think they have a bank. They'd allow me to make a bank account for a cat.
Yeah. I will say the flying Roomba's making way more sense now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, where are you actually heading?
To pick up his wife.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
have an important question,
Okay.
not to derail too much. I'm trying to think. How many days has it been since we did the whole Samson stunt?
that was yesterday.
That was yesterday? Okay, cool.
It's been a busy 24 hours.
Yeah.
It has.
It's been a busy week. This entire comic has gone over 1 week. So, so you're saying you're gonna go pick up his mate. So that is, he points, like, because she's not at their house, obviously. So he points out a safe place that he had her go, which is like her, like their friend's house or something like that. Which is it's a human family. It just had to be friends.
Cal is going to purposely drive to spot and counter any tails they may have.
Mm-hmm.
Excluding the three in the car.
Right. He looks at you. He's like, maybe you should go, so I'm not seen going out there.
That's the entire point.
Oh, good. Okay. Here, take this. He hands you a what looks like a business card, but it's not a. Like it's the shape of a business card, and whatnot, but it's not one, and it just has a colorful design on it. It doesn't look like anything specific, but he hands it to you and says, just show this to them and to Mary. She'll know exactly what it means.
Okay. Puts it in his pocket. So he'll drive there. He'll take the time to doff the full outfit, dust off, like straighten up his shirt, realize it's wrinkled, pull out one of the bags, and literally cornstarch his shirt. You've never starched a piece of clothing before?
Not in the car with envelopes of cornstarch I just had sitting around.
Well, the envelopes of cornstarch aren't really there for this, but it's a secondary use.
Fair. Were you planning on cooking something or thickening up a stew or something?
I was planning on cooking lizard.
Them, right, of course.
Yes, not you. Yeah.
I love how no one questions this.
So, I mean, I wanted to cook their gooses too.
Yeah, well, he's just at this point. I don't think Zachariah just at this point is just accepting of everything you say because he's like, yeah, sure, that's fine.
He's not questioning that I'm planning on cooking people with just cornstarch.
No, because he's like, I'm sure you figured out something.
I mean, we've already seen the Kit Kat cannon turn into a molten, like whatever gun.
Yeah,
molten Kit Kat goo, which now Cal has to spend time to clean out the tubes.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess okay. So he finally just says, "How does cornstarch become hot enough to cook something?" I mean, like with you, I'm just curious at this point.
Theoretically speaking, it doesn't, but it can provide enough of a distraction because, interestingly enough, cornstarch. If you he hold out your hand.
He does so.
He empties a pile of cornstarch into his hand.
Okay.
Are we inside the car when you do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He reaches down, pulls out a lighter, and attempts to light the cornstarch.
Ah.
Okay.
It's not going to light.
Right.
The reason this isn't going to light is because there is so much cornstarch packed on top of each other that the fire cannot oxygenate enough to catch it on fire.
Right.
However, and I can prove this experiment when we get back, if you throw cornstarch into the air and create a cloud, you can create a fireball.
Oh. Huh.
How much do you need?
A small handful will do it. Throw it in the air, light it up, poof, big fireball.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, really.
I mean, that's not the only way I have to make fire.
Oh no, you have plenty of ways, but I don't have many ways. This one seems easy.
Open the third glove box.
I do so.
How many glove boxes do you have in here?
He's got like 50 gloves.
Fair.
I have as many glove boxes as Rob Liefeld has pouches.
It's dangerous.
So in this one, you see what appears to be a super soaker. A small attachment that goes in the front of it that looks to hold a candle or some sort of burnable object.
Mm-hmm.
And a bottle of engine starter.
Cal, is this a flamethrower?
Yes, it is.
Engine starter, really?
It is the most flammable thing you can buy without needing a license.
It's true.
So you just gotta put that back in the glove compartment, close it, and remember where it is.
Just look to us. Just because I've recently been on the molecular gastronomy kick doesn't mean I started there. Like every good chemist, I blow things up.
Yeah.
That's good. So, anyway, you give the car parked where you want it. You're all starched shirt up and everything.
Goes over, heads up to the door.
I'll wait in the car.
So this house, it's a nice looking house. It's one of those kind of a rural neighborhood, whatnot. And a nice lady, like human lady, opens the door, like, oh, hello, can I help you?
He just holds up the card.
She kind of blinks and looks at it. It's like, and she takes it from me, like, oh, come in.
He'll walk inside.
She looks like, Mary, it's all right, you can come out. So, walking out is a blue-scaled female lizard, light blue. And she kind of timidly walks down and sees you, is just like, who's this? And she holds up the card, and Mary seems to immediately relax. She's like, oh, thank God. Where's Zachariah? She looks at you.
In the car parked out front.
Gregory, too?
Yes.
So she just walks right over to you and just hugs you. Let's go. Thank you. And she gives a hug to the female who's there too, and they kind of like hug each other and just be careful and like, yes, thank you. And before going out though, she actually does put on like a hooded raincoat kind of thing, whatnot, so she covers herself.
Cal will lead her to the car.
Yep. So you get into the
almost like he's the Uber driver.
Right. So she gets in the car and is like her and Zachariah immediately like kiss, and they're like, and he's like, "Oh, thank gosh, you're safe." And she sees Gregory in the back on like just sleeping, and she's like, "What's going on?" It's like, "I'll tell you later. These nice kids are helping us. They're extremely good at it too. I actually don't know where we're going right now. Where are we going? Can't go back home.
Someplace safe.
Oh, good.
And someplace that, in theory, should help that one be a little more at ease." He points to Gregory when he says that.
Yeah. He's just been... She looks at him and is like, what happened? Like, they came for him. And she's just like, oh no. Wait, you got it back already? As I said, they're very good.
He looks and goes, roll up his left arm sleeve.
And she does so, and she sees, like, you reveals, like, Apollo's collar on his arm. She's like, what is that?
That's my cat's collar that he managed to slip on the kid, which is how we found him.
You can thank him later.
Okay. Wow. She looks over at Zachariah. He's like, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. Actually, I think they're going to tell us later.
Sometimes I don't even know. So they're just going to drive back to the lab.
And on the way back, at some point, it says, and there was chocolate spiders involved, apparently. I'm not really sure how any of that worked, actually. And she's just, like, looking around, like, shock and just confusion and just, like, oh, okay. But, so, you guys gotta get back to the lab. And, Zachariah will carry his son into your lab. When you get there, Owen is actually still there, and he's passed out on the hospital bed.
Lab, sweet lab.
Alright.
We noticed for the first time, because this is the first time we've seen the backside of the door when Cal closed it, there is a little sign hanging on the door that says lab, sweet lab.
Of course there is.
Of course there is, yeah. So Zachariah and Mary are both looking around like, wow, goodness, it's a pretty sweet place you got here.
Does the job.
Cal's father's not in there, by the way.
Is Daniel?
Yes, Daniel is still there. He's playing video games.
Good.
Is Apollo?
Yeah, he's playing video games with Daniel.
Okay, good. Walks over to Apollo, gives him a good scritch. You are a very good kitty.
Yeah, give me tuna.
So Cal's just gonna walk over to one of the buttons, like open up a fridge, take a full thing of tuna, and just throw it at the cat. An actual fish, and
Right.
just throw it.
He happily starts munching, and the two new lizards to the whole thing is just like, okay.
Yeah, what? He earned it.
He definitely did
He's
that.
the reason we found Gregory so fast.
Yeah, no,
He did it.
I am thankful for that. Anyway,
Also,
he carries his son into one of the open beds that I'm sure are there.
Yeah, Cal will direct him to where one is.
Yeah.
also, Zechariah. Owen's still passed out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sync's gonna like motion over towards Owen. That guy right there is my buddy that you've been contacting.
Oh. Huh.
I'm sure when he's up and about, like, he'll be happy to meet you too.
Yeah. I'll be honest, it's not actually often you meet another technomancer.
Yeah, he seemed kind of surprised too.
It's one of those things that, because of how our magic and powers are used at, like, computers, you don't actually really see others doing it unless you catch something, It's not one of those things like it's not one of those things like somebody just walking down the street can just, like, make a fireball or something like that, and, or is wearing, like, magical amulets and whatnot. It's just, you sit at
As he says, you can't walk down the street and make a fireball. Cal just looks and goes, "Oh, really?" Throws cornstarch into the air and lights it up.
I didn't say you can't. I just said you don't, like, you can just do that if you're, like, a fire mage or you.
You mean it's not as visible?
Right. That's what I meant, yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, there's definitely a lot about it that I'm still figuring out about too.
So at all the commotion, Owen does kind of start to wake up, although he doesn't look all that great when he does so. What I mean by that is he looks a little, like, pale, like, his flesh on his face from what you can see under his fur, and, like, the membranes of his ear all look a little faded. Wise.
Right.
He looks a little ill.
So Sync's gonna, like, immediately kind of go towards him on that, and then kind of relax, say, hey, how you doing, bud?
I haven't been doing great for a little while.
You don't look so great. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. I just feel not great. Oh, Cal, by the way, you're probably going to want to disinfect the bathroom.
Cal just looks up from the kitchen proper. He's, like, in the middle of whisking something, just looks up. Which bathroom?
Whichever one's closer to here. I may have regurgitated into the toilet.
Why can't you use vomit like a normal person?
Yeah, something Cal would say.
Sorry.
And then he looks and goes, "No, I would say I vomited. Maybe I puked. Or
Maybe.
upchucked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say regurgitated into the toilet."
I told you he wasn't heard.
And you hear Cal mumble, "Just didn't think to say it that way."
Yeah. So, you think you're just sick, or you
Yeah.
think it's something more serious?
I don't know.
Well, hey, I mean, you got Cal here. He's like one of the best chemists and like medical guys that I know.
Chemist. I don't know if that means he knows how to make medicine.
I mean, he knew how to make a vi. He knew how to like work with biology stuff.
That's true.
Cal's gonna walk over to Owen at this point while he's got things setting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Half of dealing with chemistry is still understanding how things work on a molecular level, which means I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing when it comes to people being sick.
Oh, that's cool.
So as he says this as he's got his back to Owen. He turns around. He's wearing a surgical mask.
Okay.
And snaps a glove.
Okay. I don't think that...
Open wide and say, ah. Does the look down the throat. Does a temperature scan. Like, does all the basic stuff.
He's running a fever.
Okay, no medical allergies they need to be worried about.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, you're running a small, low-grade fever. Probably, I'm assuming and hoping it's just the flu and not any side effects to whatever the hell unobtainium is in your system. So let's try a couple of aspirin and some chicken soup.
Yeah. That sounds good.
He looks over, sink, go to the kitchen, pop open the canned chicken soup, and nuke it.
Obviously, yes. It's like, so he pads over to the kitchen, immediately, like, reaches up, gets the chicken soup at the top shelf, whatever. Sure, tall. Gotcha. Okay. He grabs chicken soup, and he gets the bowl of it ready in the microwave.
It is clearly the condensed stuff.
Right.
You know, red and white can. I'm not going to say what.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Although we at this point, I think we should have a Kit Kat sponsor or something, right? I think they've been in every episode.
Guest star.
Nice.
So Zig nukes up the chicken soup, and also searching around like for the, what was it, Advil, aspirin?
Yeah. Acetaminophen, naproxen, anything like that.
Gotcha, okay. So he starts trying to grab like the different bottles that Cal was rattling, the thing Cal rattled off.
I mean, the one that says aspirin is pretty obvious.
There we go. So he gets that one.
Alright, so you grab the aspirin, you come on back, and...
It's like a healthy helping of chicken noodle soup and aspirin as a chaser.
That's good.
Oh, one other thing. Cal goes over, opens up a drawer, sets it. You see him just turn on sets it to like the lowest setting, takes a bottle of ginger ale, sets it on there, hits the button. Also, flat ginger ale also helps. So the lowest setting will just flatten the soda on the ultrasonic cleaner.
That way it'll actually feel better too if you have to regurgitate into the toilet.
Thank you.
You're going to be saying that for the next week, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
So he does all that, then goes back out to where everyone is, looks at the lizards and Daniel, and unfortunately for the cats in the room, he can't do anything about this. But he looks at us. Well, our feline friends can't have any of these, but anyone want a chocolate spider?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, the Zachariah and Mary both looking around like, why so many cats?
Well, that one belongs to me.
Right.
That one has a crush on the one belongs to me. That one was possessed by some sort of thing that your evil people, your tribe, tried to get him to do, and we purged that. That one who was under the influence was the leader of those two who were a gang, and now they're all stuck here because I feed them.
Okay, back up a second.
There's a couple seconds in there.
She's got a crush on him? No,
Yeah,
hold on. Translator, on.
Oh gosh. Right.
Translator? And
Athena, say hello.
Athena pads over, is like, oh, hello. Oh, cat just talked. Translator.
No, cat meowed, and my translator program translated it.
How did you... You know what? I want to know. How did you make one of those? Because that's amazing.
Well, my cat is an alien, and I pilfered through his technology, and there was this. So I have a universal translator.
Oh, darn. So you didn't make it. You just got it.
So as far as... Well, I made it. I installed it.
Well, what I meant is that you can't make another one.
No.
I might be able to...
No.
Can't add that to your list of patents.
I might be able to copy it. Later. Later.
We'll talk contracts later.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
later.
would be kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about, we could make some money off of that. Mary just kind of...
You really want to know what your cat is thinking about you?
Mary just kind of gives him a little, slap on the shoulder, like Zachariah.
He's not wrong.
He isn't wrong.
Is that what you should be thinking about right now? I know. All right.
So easy to do that prank where you release the pigs across the school. You just tell them where to go.
Yeah, and you make sure you label them 1, 2, and 4, so everyone loses their mind trying to find 3.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's hilarious.
You didn't
Never-
No, I've never actually heard that one.
Huh.
We didn't release pigs in my school. I'm sorry.
Neither did I.
I was in Indiana.
Or Maine.
So, Zachariah's like, all right, what was that about possessing the cat or the other or whatever?
Oh, geez, I forgot about all that. Yeah.
Basically, Cal will just go through and basically we get the picture-in-picture of like the black and white version of the comic panels we've seen from way back when about what happened with the cat and the possession. He brings up the lab results and all of that.
Yeah, I forget. How did Cal fix that?
He reverse engineered it with a blood transfusion.
Oh, that's right. You just transfused all his blood out. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and he still has the tainted cat.
Yeah, actually, that's what Zachariah was about to ask you. Is like, do you still have the... Okay, one, brilliant thinking about a full entire blood transfusion. 2, do you still have the cat's old blood?
Hospital wing, second door on your right, third drawer down. It's refrigerated.
I don't need it now. I've just wanted to make sure you've got it because I don't do chemistry. But if you can run like some tests on that and give a full chemical breakdown, I may be able to figure out.
Hold on. He hits a button, pulls up the test he's already run with the full chemical breakdown.
He's already done this.
Oh, I should have known that.
Yeah, that's what he does.
You mind if I take a copy of that?
I mean, can you directly take a copy from my computer screen?
He puts his hand on your screen and immediately goes onto his phone.
It's this great technomancer spell called Control-C.
So that's what copy pasta looks like.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, you should try my copy pasta. Like, I make this amazing... And Mary's like, no, you don't. It's awful. Okay, yeah, but... Never mind.
Such a dad joke.
It is. It's such a dad joke.
He's a dad.
I know. So proud.
So, Mary's like, so what happened to Gregory? What happened to Greg? Like, well, okay. And Zachariah tells her most of the story where you guys probably fill in a lot of the exciting gaps because he's missed a lot of it. But she is horrified when he finds out that they basically took the chip out of him. But actually, she doesn't look surprised that he had it on him. He may not have ever told her, but she knew that he had done something like that. But yeah. So she also goes over to Greg, who's again unconscious still, or sleeping still, and checks his tail, and the tip of it's bandaged up, and she looks at it, and she's like, yeah, this looks stressed well. It's nice of him, I guess.
Yeah, signs point to they didn't want to hurt him. They were using him as leverage for some sort, because the first question they asked me when I jumped out of the car was if he was with us, and he was never seen, purposely. Yeah. So as far as they know, you were never involved.
But they were clearly gunning for him above everything else, so...
Yeah, I mean, they may not have seen me there, and they may not have thought I was there, but they'll probably think I helped out in some way.
Well, their exact statement was, let me guess, Zachariah is with you.
Mm-hmm.
So they assumed you were there.
Yeah. So they're going to assume that I was helping, but at this point, it doesn't even matter. Kind of sighs slightly. Is like, okay, everything I would need is in the safe room, which is locked and safe.
Right.
So going back there right now is a bad idea. Although I should probably call the police and...
We have someone you can contact, specifically working with us on this.
Because they got into the police, too.
Mm-hmm. Also, what did you need from your safe room?
Oh, just all the files I've got on all of this. Plus, I would like to get the roster of the resistance I've got in there out of there so they don't take it.
I mean, I can get you there fast enough.
Is it a hard copy or a digital copy?
Digital.
Perfect. I can get that for you. Give me a second.
What do you plan now?
If you think I wasn't looking around a room that we were in, especially a safe room like that, and not placing toys, you're crazy.
Yes, what did you put in my safe room?
He puts things everywhere.
Fair.
Well, a binder
Okay.
that may or may not have a way to wirelessly transfer all data to it.
That's pretty in-depth, Cal.
Not really.
Okay.
It's a short-range Wi-Fi virus that just does it. It's not that in-depth, really.
I mean, that makes sense. When did you put that in? How did I not...
When Apollo was distracting you with the switch.
Right.
As I said, he's a good kitty.
Yes, apparently. Okay, so... Alright. He looks at you, it's like, man, I wish I could jump from computer to computer. I've heard of some technomancers who can do that. I cannot.
Oh, Owen can do it. Takes a bit out of him, though. I didn't want to say that out loud.
He looks over at you, he's like, how old is Owen? He's a teenager. That's like...
Yeah, he's our age.
That's like high-level advanced technomancy.
Oh, he's also managed to condense himself to go into a USB drive.
That's why I say it takes a lot out of him.
That's more than a little dangerous.
Yeah. That's why he's not using his powers, because he keeps pulling stuff like that.
I mean, do you know what happens if that thing, like, if implanting yourself into a hard drive, for whatever, like flash drive or anything like that, if that thing fails, like, you are literally deleted from existence.
You're not just popped out?
No.
No.
You become data when you do that.
Huh.
Speaking of data, do you want yours from your safe room or not?
Please, that'd be great.
Give me a second, goes over, types a couple things, hits a button.
Yeah, you just get everything out of there and are able to blank the computer in the process.
Oh yeah, I can remove all that data if you want.
Yeah, do it. Get it out of there.
All right, and hold on. He presses a couple of buttons, and Cal forgot that he had still synced up the speakers. So I'm going to get a little song for you guys that's playing while he's doing this, so give me a second.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I can't actually hear
like
anything, but yes.
Hannibal Lecter, like when he's doing the whole, like, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, no, don't worry, this is a good one. Assuming my internet actually wants to go. This is the music playing.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Nice Magnet Man.
For those wondering what the joke, it's the theme for the stage for Mega Man 3 of Magnet Man.
Because computer wiping, it's...
Yep.
Right.
High-powered electromagnet.
Like, Mary is completely confused, but Zachariah is sitting there like, yeah. Nice.
Wait, he gets the Mega Man joke reference, but doesn't understand the Figaro protocols.
Video games. Yes.
Figaro program. It's a video game too.
Old
Game reference.
Old video games.
That's
Final
pretty
Fantasy
old.
is an old video game.
Not for older video games.
Oh, so you're talking 8-bit, not 16-bit.
Yeah.
Jeez, they're both ancient. I don't know what your deal is.
He looks at you, he's like, they're not both ancient.
Anyway, there's all your data.
Thank you.
And you no longer have a digitally functioning safe room.
That's okay. Quite honestly, until this is over, I'm not even sure we should even be thinking about going back to the house. I may need to run to get a few supplies and things or personal items out of there, but
You will do no such thing. You will make a list and you will let him do it. He looks over at Sync.
Yep.
oh,
I think he was actually deep in thought. Actually, wait a second. Cal,
Yes?
I had a bad thought. They took a tracker out of Gregory. Do we do anything to make sure they didn't put one back in him?
They wouldn't have had a chance to. Removal was a lot easier than planting.
yeah, no, implanting something like that would have taken like actual surgery.
Okay.
But there's a technomancer here who can do a quick scan if it makes you feel
That's
that.
a good point, actually.
I was just worried. They seem to be ahead of us sometimes.
So, Zachariah walks over to his son. He puts his hand on him, and you see him kind of close his eyes for a moment. And he opens his eyes up again. It's like, nope, nothing.
Alrighty.
I mean, nothing electric or techno wise. They put some kind of magical tracker on him. I guess I wouldn't be able to tell, but those two did not look like magic users.
And I can do a scan, but I highly doubt they have a chemical tracker.
Yeah, I doubt it. As you said, that was too quick. They were prepared to remove the tracker. They're not prepared to put one in that short a time frame.
Based on their reaction when I said we had been following them since the gas station, they were not prepared for that at all.
No.
That's fair. Alright, I was just being a little bit too suspicious.
No, it's good, though. Zachariah looks at you, that is a good attitude to have, though.
Okay, so obviously they want you. Why?
I figure it's because you defected, right?
That's part of it. But I was one of their lead researchers, too.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
What aren't you telling us?
Well, a lot, but not all of it's relevant. But I was a researcher. I was a scientist. Technological scientist, whatever. Engineer, I guess you would call it. I was just trying to invent things and find ways to help the tribe just be better and grow. And then the general took over and things just started. That's when we decided to leave.
Right, that group you mentioned.
Yeah.
So, did you take all your research with you?
Yes. I didn't want them to have it because I knew the problems that... Well, I took most of it with me, but some of it was already gone by the time I decided to leave. I got the feeling that they kind of suspected and took the things that they really wanted to keep.
But they probably either A, need more of what you can do to complete it, or B, need you to actually physically complete it.
Yeah. That's about right.
We need to know what their end game is. Because they're not a large enough force to overwhelm the city with power.
Overwhelming probably isn't their goal, but their goal is probably to absorb as much force and power from Caelus City as they can.
I have a random question.
Okay.
In the span of all of your technological research, Did you do anything with dispersal devices?
Dispersal devices.
Yes, or anything that could be converted into a dispersal device?
What do you mean
Or something can spray like poisons around.
Yeah.
Oh. He thinks for a little bit, and he's kind of like, he's one of these things like, no. Well, I mean, I did make a sprinkler system for the garden.
Did that do it?
Yes, that could.
Why?
So you asked why we were involved in all of this.
Yeah.
We were a little coy with that.
Hmm.
He looks over at the couch with Daniel playing the video games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you asked me on the way over here why I keep myself busy doing all these things. Because for 2 years, I devoted most of my research and time to developing a cure for my brother. Somehow they found out about it, kidnapped my mother, impersonated her, and stole my cure. A week ago at a gas station, we discovered that they had weaponized it into a very potent, toxic paralytic. If they found a way to disperse it using your oil sprinkler system, that will paralyze the entire city, literally.
Well, thankfully, the sprinkler system was not only basic, it was very small scale, so that would take a very long time for them to even think about trying to figure that out. My main concern is, number one, they kidnapped your mother?
Yeah, we just found this out. She's been there for 2 years, I would imagine.
You got to blink so because you're like, really?
It's pretty insane. Then they use that cloaking technology to make the
We
replacement lizard.
explained that one to you already.
Yeah. 2 years ago. What's your mother look like?
Cal will go and find a picture.
The moment you show it to him, he looks at this. He takes it from you, looks at it for closer. It's like he looks up at you. He's like, "I've seen her
Where?
in the Citadel
When?
right before I left. It's just a little over. One of the times I was able to go back before I decided to stop ever going back there, I saw her.
Doing?
Cleaning.
Wait, what?
Maid stuff kind of thing.
Like she was a servant?
Yeah. With a very blank look on her face.
Did they enslave your mom?
My guess is that they've suppressed her memories.
Not very hard, all things considered. A simple chemical.
Cal, we're gonna get him.
It's not a matter of getting them at this point. It's a matter of finding that general and using every ounce of chemical prowess in my body to melt every single scale off of his body in the most torturous way possible.
Both Mary and Zachariah hear this, and you think they should be slightly more horrified than they are, but they're both like, "No, that's."
It's exactly kind of like,
We get that.
yeah,
we get that.
I'll be there to help you. Considering,
Yeah. If we can be, we would like to be.
Wait a minute.
What?
You just gave me an idea.
How? What?
He goes over. He's just typing furiously at this point, just notes and formulas. I don't even know if you can understand what he's typing, but
No.
he is just furiously typing. And basically, you see, he types, and then he goes to his erase board and draws something, and you finally see what he's doing with the drawing. You can see a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
The drawing looks as if he's drilled a hole into a ping pong ball.
So Zachariah is watching this because Mary's over with Greg as he's like still kind of unconscious, and he's looking at this and he looks at things like, is this how he always operates?
Yeah, this is one of his like brilliant flashes.
Okay. So we should probably just step back and let him.
Are you making like a bomb, Cal?
No. But I figure if they plan to use a dispersal device, why can't I?
Dispersing what?
Well, that's just the thing. He looks at Zachariah. What would be the worst combination of chemicals and smells and textures for a lizard to run into?
Anything very heavy acid-wise that would burn.
Excellent. So he does some more calculations, and he looks and goes, okay. So we get a bunch of scale remover, combine it with some vinegar, a little bit of acetone, pressurize it, release it into the ventilation system.
So Zachariah is kind of shifting uncomfortably. He's like, yeah, that would hurt. You know, not every single lizard in there is an enemy.
Which is why I said hurt and not kill. This is non-lethal.
She's gonna hurt like heck.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot. Well, I guess I did try to warn them. I will tell you this, though, Cal. If they wanted your mother dead, she would be dead already. The fact that they're keeping her alive, I don't know what that means.
Leverage.
But for what? They've got the thing. You said that they've stolen it, so they've got what they need from you. Why would they even...
Yeah, why
were
they monitoring you in the first place, knowing that?
Yeah. That's a loose... It's a loose thread for this whole thing, because that doesn't make any sense as to why they would replace your mother with one of their operatives.
To keep track of my progress.
But if they stole all your research, which would have caused you to restart from scratch... There's something else. I don't know what, though. Doesn't make sense.
Jeez, this is hurting my brain. I can barely figure out high school, like, math when I'm trying to figure this stuff out.
Hey, hi, General.
Oh,
Hey, General.
He looks so well.
Indeed. You know, Mary's actually gone over to Owen and kind of done the placing her hand on his head, and she's like, "Oof, yeah, you're definitely pretty hot." But he's finished eating and whatnot. She's like, "Why don't you lay?" She's telling him lay down and whatnot, and she looks over at you, Caelus. She's like, "Did you have medical supplies here?"
Yeah, there's all kinds in the infirmary.
Great. So she goes over to the infirmary and comes back out with a bunch of different things and whatnot, and just starts kind of examining him. And Zachariah looks over and is just like, "Oh, I probably should have mentioned she's a nurse practitioner."
I kind of figured that was the way she went over and felt his temperature and such.
Kind of buried the lead there a little bit.
Just didn't even think about it for. I mean, how do you think how do you think we were able to surgically implant a chip into my son safely enough?
You're a technomancer?
Yeah, I'm not a surgeon.
Cal walks over to one of the drawers, opens it up, pulls out a syringe, and goes, "All I do is inject it."
He looks. He's like, "Yeah, we thought about that, but we actually wanted it in a specific spot, stable, and it was a little too big to put into the injection."
Cal shuts the door, walks into the kitchen, opens a drawer, pulls out a turkey baster.
Just like, no, I don't think that would have, no.
There's just so much wrong with that.
There's something very wrong with that.
What, did I have a turkey baster?
Well, I mean, the applications for it.
Look, best I can surmise is that they're planning some sort of attack, and if they're not keeping my mother there to keep an eye on me, then the only thought I have is that they're keeping her as their human representative of Caelus City when they take it over.
Unless your mom knows something and she didn't tell you. I mean, there've been a lot of secrets going around.
At that line, actually, the door to the lab opens and your father comes walking in.
Oh, hey, Dad, we got more guests.
Yeah, he looks around like, oh, hi. And he kind of pauses for a moment. He's like, Zachariah Zenik? And he's like, he looks back at him and he's like, yeah, do I know? Oh, you're, like, you know, they have that moment of, like, slight, barely recognition as they...
I saw you years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they saw you many years ago, like, oh, yeah, Mr. Porter, right. Jason, yeah. And they start just having that I haven't seen you in years conversation. How are you doing, with the added in of, oh, my wife was kidnapped. Like, oh, yeah, my son was kidnapped. They rescued him. They start, you know, just chit-chatting and whatnot as Mary is looking at Owen, and she actually starts looking a little more concerned.
Six probably got to pick up on that because he's been worried about Owen, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna kind of look at her. Is there something that you notice, Mrs. Zenik?
It's what I'm not noticing.
What is it?
He's got a fever. He's reported vomiting. But he's missing a lot of the other signs of a flu.
You don't think it's something that has to do with him being, like, a technomancer, right?
No.
Like some sort of a weird sickness he has from, like, not interfacing or whatever?
No. I've seen Zachariah go like a week without touching a computer once just to clear his mind up. In fact, he does that often.
Okay, cool. I was worried about that.
Not a week, but always the time. But there's some, you know, some days he will take a day to just disconnect from everything. He says it helps his mind.
But, like, so what's that mean for Owen, though?
Well, something's causing him to be sick, and I'm not sure what it is. I would think it'd be more something that they did to him rather than his original powers.
I mean, they screwed him up pretty bad. But
Yeah,
he wasn't like this
that-
before.
No, it'd be whatever that star metal that they injected into him would be.
She looks over, she's like, star metal? Celestine?
That's the one. This is the player not remembering what it was.
Fair. It's cool, though, for like, she's like, she looks, it's saying that, she looks over at Zachariah, who looks back at her, like, and looks over to you, like, you found that in his blood?
Yeah, that's what they did to, like, give him the powers that he has.
Hold up the chemical analysis.
He walks over and just kind of looks at it and is like, oh no, that is my research. Wow, they've advanced it that much.
Wait, so what's this mean?
It means that they were trying to inject him with these powers. Is as to why, I can't imagine why they would have just let him go.
Like, that's what we've been trying to figure out too. Like, we thought he, like, just escaped, but or at least I hoped. But is this why he's getting sick now?
It might be a side effect, yeah.
Well, what do we do?
Mary looks up and she's like, I might be able to make something to fix the nausea. She looks over at Cal's like, you've got a lot of baking things here, right?
Yeah? What do you need?
And she rattles off a few like basic ingredients and whatnot. Just like, I just need a few of these things. I think I can make something that can dull the nausea at least.
Yeah, absolutely. My kitchen is your kitchen.
Thank you. So she walks off. Zachariah is still looking at this thing. He's like, Celestine was the thing I didn't want to use because I knew that had the devastating effects it could have on somebody. They actually used it. I mean, this points more to the fact that they literally just pulled some kid off the street and injected him with this to see how he'd react. It must have taken him longer to get these, what he called chain powers, or what you called chain powers, because my guess is that they thought it just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, Cal will go into the detail about the cognitive interview and all the details about it.
Mm-hmm. Samson Incorporated.
Yes, which we told you about. That's how we got into the police station. Figured they were bugging the police station.
Right, yeah, but they're the ones who actually had the plan to kidnap him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting, though, isn't it? He's thinking, it's like just a deep thought at the moment. Something. I feel like there's something. Let me think about it. So in the meantime, Mary comes back, and she's put together some. It's kind of a. It's not liquid, not totally liquidy. It's soupy, whatnot, but it's also kind of thick. Yeah, it doesn't look all that appetizing, but she puts it in a spoon. She kind of like force feeds it to Owen and whatnot, and thankfully Owen, like, it doesn't have any real taste to it, so he doesn't gag on it, whatnot. But he gets a few spoonfuls of it in, and she lays him down, passes his head, like just rest for a little bit.
So make you feel better, buddy.
Oh, let's hope anyway. So, he's still going over this and kind of clicks his fingers like, okay. The use Celestine, they gave him chain powers, which is strange. It's probably more metal powers that he's just using as changed because that was the thing. It's one of those things sometimes when you get new powers like that, where you can mold things, the first thing you think of is the thing you think it is. Which is why it's probably a lot of chains, if that's making any sense.
Well, I mean, like, the chains he was sitting at, though, they were made out of dark matter or whatever, not metal.
Dark matter. Okay, that would be what the Celestine's doing. They gave him dark matter powers. That's... Is he showing any signs of... There's no delicate way to put this. Is he showing any signs of dying?
I mean, I was telling you it wasn't... Yeah.
You're telling me it wasn't good. Have you,
no, we were telling his powers were killing him. That's what we were telling him.
Right, yeah.
Check his tail.
I'm asking for signs. You said that he was killing him.
Check his tail.
So, yeah, he goes over and... Well, actually, Mary goes over and looks at his tail, and she's like, oh, yeah, this is not normal. Yeah. Okay. Well... I guess I'm going to have to dig back into my research now. Because, as I said, I started on this path, and I rejected it pretty quickly. So the fact that they went and did it means I got to find a way to reverse engineer that.
Do you do that?
I could try. He looks over at you and says, Cal, I'm probably going to need your help.
I've already run a blood sample. Here's all the information I found on his blood, what's in it, and the Celestine in it as well.
Yeah. What I mean is, once I start analyzing this, I may need your help to synthesize the minerals I need to reverse this.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
He looks over at Owen. I told him I was going to save him.
Oh.
And I'm going to do it. And I'm also going to invoke the last of my vulnerability hold to clear a condition
Nice.
when in the presence of that. So I'm going to clear insecure.
Nice.
Nice.
So, in the meantime, he walks over to you, and Zachary walks over to you. He's like, and he just kind of hugs you finally. He's just like, by the way, thank you for saving my son. He's got like a teardrop down his gonna.
These people have taken enough from everybody that they need to be stopped. They need to be put in a place. They need to know the pain they've caused. And I know what they've done to me. And I'm not going to let that happen to anyone else if I can help it.
Nods like this is not what the tribe is all about. It's not. When he took over, it became that, and the rest are too afraid to stand up to the military.
Well then, he looks over at Sink. How do you feel about staging a coup?
That's a good place to end this comic. So thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time with that. For Chammy and Tej and Nora, my name's OPT. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.